Hello students, in today's class we will be studying about MapReduce programming example. So this example is in Java programming. So let's see how it is. So before dealing with the Java program, we'll see example of how your mapper and combiner and the reducer works. So you already know the data will be divided into different blocks and each block will be given to different mappers. You already know that. And what mapper will do some processing on that some data, and the process output will be given as an input to the reducer. And what reducer will aggregate that particular results, right? Take into one function or make it into one word or one values here. And the data, what you can see here is the data is nothing but here is hello world, bye world, hello Hadoop, goodbye Hadoop. Okay, so what the mapper will do, it will take the pair, key and value pair. Your key value is hello and the value pair is 1 here. So it will divide the given data. For example, consider a mapper 1 data is hello world, bye world. So what the mapper 1 will do, it will divide the data into like this, into key and value pair. World comma 1, bye comma 1, world comma 1. Similarly, output of mapper 2 will be like this. So before giving into what is that reducer, there is a combiner step, a combiner stage we call as, where a combiner will combine if any key has appeared twice. The key has appeared twice. For example, you can see here world comma 1 has appeared twice here. So what it will do? It will combine that into 1, that is world comma 2. That because it will reduce some work of a reducer, so combiner will do this. Similarly, output of a combiner is this. So Hadoop has occurred twice here, Hadoop comma 1. So instead of giving it to a given same as a reducer, it will combine Hadoop comma 2 is given to the combiner. Now look at this. There is the output of shuffle stage. This is the output of a shuffle stage by comma 1. So by comma 1, goodbye comma 1, it will combine all the output of your mapper into one shuffle stage. And this will be given into a reducer, output of reducer. So output of reducer, it will be aggregating. So before, remember, output shuffle stage will give it to a alphabetical order, or it will say it will sort the given key values here. So key values bye, goodbye, Hadoop, hello, everything will be sorted and aggregated, or you can say it will be combined and it will be given to the reducer function. So reducer function, again it will check if he has any key value pairs has been occurred twice here. So you can see here hello comma 1, hello comma 1 has occurred twice from the different mapper it was. If it was in single mapper, we would have combined it. This hello comma 1 is from mapper 1, this hello comma 1 was from mapper 2. So this output of a reducer, what it will do, it will combine this hello comma 1 from two different mappers and make it into one by using some aggregate functions here. So this is how the word count program works here. So we'll see the program in detail, how written in Java here. Okay, these are the library functions used. Some like string tokenizer, because your string will be what is that given as a tokens to each key and value pairs. Then some configuration class, then some class path of because we need some address of that key values key. Then we'll use some int writable because we are using integer variables. Then a text variable we need. Then we'll be extending will be sorry not extending we'll be using some job creation to execute the mapper and reducer functions. Then we'll be using extended mapper class of a Java, and we'll be also using the extended reducer class. Then we also will be specifying what will be the input format and the output format of the given program. So firstly, the we'll be giving the class name as word count. This is the class name. So whenever if you want to execute this program, we need to tell this is the class name or the program name. Word count is the class name. You know how to execute the Java program. Okay, so firstly we'll see mapper class. Okay, how the mapper works. Public static class tokenizer mapper. Remember that mapper class name is tokenizer mapper, which is extending the inbuilt mapper class of Java. This is the inbuilt mapper class. It is extending that, and it has 4 attributes here. These 2 attributes, object comma text, is for input, and text comma int writable is for the output of the given mapper. Okay, 4 attributes. So what is object here? Object is nothing but the address of the given text, where that text has been stored. Your text is nothing but a key value pair. You know, key value pair, like this it will be stored. There will be a key, there will be a value. Now we need to find the key value. The key value where it is, I don't know where it is in some addresses stored in this object. Then there is a text, nothing but your key. Then what will be the output? The output is nothing but the key, which is in a text format, and int is nothing but your integer variable. That is, for example, hello comma 1 or world comma 1 is nothing but the output of the given mapper here. Okay, so firstly, when we initializing 1 with the integer variable, so this is 1, we initializing it only 1 here. So the one variable will not be changed, it will be only 1 means 1 only here. Then so we are using a static word where one value will not be changed. Then when initializing we are taking one more variable called as word of text type here. Okay, now we'll see how this map function works. Map function will be taking what is that, attributes. Key is nothing but the key is nothing but, if for example it's a world or hello. Value, what is the value of that given this, it's also a text format. Key is nothing but a object type here. Remember, object is the address, and your text is nothing but your value type, and context here is nothing but the output to be emitted will be stored into this context. Output is nothing but the output of the next stage. Might be it will be a combiner stage, or it will be the reducer stage. So that will be stored into context, and it will be given to the next stage. Okay, now some input output exception will be handled. Also interrupted exception will also be handled. Then so we are initializing ITR, where your value will be changed into string, means convert this value whatever is there in this value into string format. Fine. Then iteration ITR has more tokens. So what it will do is it will take each word. For example, in the previous example we have seen, it will take hello comma 1 as a first this hello word will take. So that word will be stored into this, hello will be stored into this word. Okay, next token word. And what is context will do is it will combine this word, for example hello, and it will write 1. It will write hello comma 1. So this is the output of the first iteration here. Hello comma 1 is the first iteration. 1 here, 1 means what? 1 is nothing but what value we have taken, 1 will, it will be that value. So hello comma 1 will be the first output of the first iteration. So next it will take world. It will write world comma 1 using this iteration. So till we get the next token, or when we don't get next token, we are going to iterate that given while function. Okay, so this is how the word count, or sorry, not word count, the tokenizer mapper class will be working. Next we'll see the reducer class. Your public static class, your class name of the reducer is int sum reducer. It is extending the inbuilt reducer class. Here there are 2 variables for the input. Text comma int writable is also input, and also text comma int writable is the output. The text, what we get from the text is, from the mapper is, for example, hello comma 1 is the input from the mapper. Similarly, output of the reducer will be also like this, hello comma 2, 1 or 2, depending on the given example here. Okay, so both are same, text comma int writable and text comma int writable. Next will be initializing or taking the variable result with the int writable. So the result will be nothing but integer type here. Then we are taking or initializing a reduce function of how to write the logic of reduce. It is text key int iterable int writable, that is values what we take, and context. Here context, say it's same as your mapper function, where it will be what is that, emitted into the next stage. Your next stage is nothing but your output file. Your context, whatever is written in the this context is given to the output file. So in the previous mapper we have seen the context, whatever is in the context, it will be given to the reducer function. Here in reducer, the context will be given to the output file. Fine. Your text, your key value will be like hello, and int writable will be nothing but your comma 1. That will be given to the what is that, reducer function. So initialize sum equals to 0. Then int writable values. For example, your text, if we give your text here, nothing is nothing but, for example, you give world. If you give that key as world, world, then what it will do is, it will take the first value world as 1, then again it will take the next value world comma as 1. So both will be added and given it to sum. So when that sum value will be stored into the result. Then next, what that context will do, it will write the key and result value. For example, your output of that context will be result, key value is world comma the result value was 2. That means the word had occurred twice in the given example here. Fine. This is how the reducer function or the reducer class work. Next, the main function. So some will be initializing one configuration class. We are creating one config object, and this config object's job will be using this config object to initialize a class name. And here class name is word count class, count comma class. And so we are taking you know what is a mapper class name, it is tokenizer mapper. And what is a combiner class name is, it is int sum class reducer. And also the this int sum class is also like a reducer class, so it will be, we can initialize that also. And reducer class int sum reducer dot class is nothing but for the reducer class. Then your set the output key class, take the, we want in text format also, and we want in int format also, because output will be from text comma int. So we are setting that output both key and value. Next we'll see what is that, the input output format. So input format will be so given job comma the path is nothing but the addresses where all those keys are stored. Similarly, output format job comma where the a given output will be stored here, where the input is stored here, where it will be the output will be stored here. Then system.exit, wait for the job to complete. So if it gives you 0, if the all the execution has been completed, and if it gives you the value as 0, it means it is successful. Otherwise, if there is any error, it will give you any 1 here. So this is how your what is that word count program in Java works. So next we'll see how to compile and run the given program. So first thing we have to do is we have to create a directory called as word count classes. So using this mkdir word count, mkdir, using mkdir command, we are going to create the directory word count classes, because all the files which will be creating will be stored into this directory. Next is to compile the word count .java program using the Hadoop class path to include all the available Hadoop class paths here. So to do that, we use to compile -cp. Then we have to include this Hadoop class path. Then where this Java program is stored, it is stored into this word count directory classes, and we need to compile this Java program, right? Next, the jar file can be created using the following command. So we need to create a jar file using this command, jar cvf word count jar. We need to create this jar file using the classes stored into this word count. Next, to run the example, create an input directory in HDFS and place a directory file in the new directory. For this example, we will use war and peace text. Fine. HDFS we will be creating a directory called as war and peace input. Okay. Then what we'll be doing is we will put this input text. This is your input text. Will be storing into this directory. Okay. Then we'll be running this word count application using this command. Hadoop jar word count jar and sorry, word count dot jar word count war and peace. Now what is there in this word war and peace? There is your input, and where will be output store? Output will be stored into war and peace output here. So if you want to list the output in your command prompt, what you can do is you can use the ls command and view which file your output is stored, like war and peace output. This file will be opened and you can view the output there. In general also, you can go into the file and check the output. All your output will be stored into this war and peace output file when you create it, right?